continuity on offense for a quarterback is extremely underrated. You look at the Chiefs with Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes. You look at the Bengals with Zach Taylor and Jumpin' Joe Burrow. And it's really underrated because as a quarterback, if you're constantly learning a new offense every single offseason, you can't really get into a flow, and it's kind of rough. And for the Vikings, Kevin O'Connell and Kirk Cousins, they've made a connection this year. It was the best season of Kirk Cousins' career, in my opinion. I think Kevin O'Connell proved that he's a competent play caller outside of, 4th and 1 and short yardage and things like that. And Kwesi and Kevin O'Connell, they hitched their wagons to Kirk Cousins last offseason, and it paid some dividends. And with Kirk Cousins, he's had a lot of play callers. So this is actually going to be the first time, next season is going to be the first time since 2016 that Kirk Cousins has had the same play caller 2 years in a row, which is just astounding. Now, Kirk Cousins obviously gets a lot of grief, but imagine as a quarterback having to learn a new system, new scheme, new terminology every single offseason, and it's rough. It's rough. So every single year, you're starting behind the 8 ball. Every single training camp, as opposed to building on what you established last season, you have to start all over. It's kind of rough, man. So 2015, 2016, it was Sean McVay. Perhaps you've heard of him back in Washington. Then after McVay left and took the Rams job, Jay Gruden took over play calling duties, head coach at the time. Matt Cavanaugh became OC, as well as a certain guy named Kevin O'Connell became quarterbacks coach 2017. Then Kirk signed with the Vikings 2018. It was John DeFilippo. Remember him? Fantastic. Good times. 2019, Stefanski. Now, you could say, well, technically, the last 3 games of 2018 was Stefanski. Shut up. Shut your face. Obviously, that was still JDF's offense. It was just Stefanski ordering off the menu and calling the plays. He wasn't the chef at the time. But Stefanski, 2019, leapfrogged, used that to springboard himself to the Browns job. Respect. 2020, old Gary Kubiak. 2021, little Kubiak. So you could say that there were shades of the same offense there, but if you watch the offense between 20 and 2021, it wasn't the same. And then you have Kevin O'Connell coming in, and this offseason, Kirk Cousins and Thielen and the receivers were saying, like, yeah, it's a crash course. It's a lot to take in. It's Kevin O'Connell, OC of the 2021 Super Bowl Championes, Los Angeles Rams, came in and did the damn thing. And now Kirk Cousins is finally, for the first time since 2016, going to have the same play caller 2 years in a row. It's kind of crazy. And Kirk this year, he was 4th in the NFL in passing yards of 4,821, 79.3 PFF grade, tied for 8th in the league, 31 touchdowns, tied for 5th. Fourth quarter game-winning drives come from behind wins, 8 tied for most in history with Matthew Stafford from back in the day. Pressures, 269. Second most in the league behind Justin Herbert, the most in his career as well. 46 sacks, career high. QB wins because, hey, when the Vikings were losing, everyone held Kirk Cousins' record against them. So when they're winning, ipso facto, like, it should count in his favor, right? Because that's how things work in the world. I don't know. But 13 wins, obviously a career high. Division titles, 1, which is his first in Minnesota. Do you know that he won 2 division titles in Washington? It's kind of crazy. But anyways, Kirk obviously has a connection with Kevin O'Connell, and I can't wait to see what they build in 2023 and going forward. Because we've said that one of the great benefits of having an offensive-minded head coach is that you keep the offense. And it is an offense-driven league. It's a quarterback-driven league. So having continuity on that side of the ball, it's massive versus if you have a defensive-minded head coach and you're always hiring new offensive coordinators and that guy either gets a head coaching job of his own or he gets fired. That's tough. I mean, that is tough where you start out the season, first couple games of the regular season, like even though you do have a preseason, it's shortened by 1 game now. And it's like, oh, we're still trying to figure things out as opposed to we've literally run this offense for years. And it's grown and it's shown and it's done great things. So I do think that Kirk Cousins is going to greatly benefit from having the tutelage of Kevin O'Connell. I think that they're just going to work hand in glove. I do think that Kirk probably has 2 or 3 years of good football left in him. Just the way that he has been durable, the way that he takes care of his body, the way that he prepares. Especially if the Vikings can get some gosh darn interior offensive line help, I think that will be huge. But also, I think they should be searching for the quarterback of the future. And you can do both things at the same time. You can walk and chew gum. So we'll see. I think next year could be Kirk Cousins frick around and find out time. Yeah, that's right. But continuity for Kirk finally. Friggin' A here with the Vikings makes a ton of sense. But your thoughts are thoughts. Kirk Cousins First time he's going to have the same play caller in like 17,000 years, give or take. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skol, production value.